Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, so today we're diving into this absolutely massive global study, and let me tell you, it completely flips the script on what we thought we knew about teen nicotine use. You know, for decades, the whole story was about one thing: traditional cigarettes, right? But that whole picture, it's been totally redrawn. The game has completely changed.
So you got to think again. A new chapter is being written right now. We're talking about a huge study, over 173,000 teens across 57 countries, and it shows this dramatic shift is happening as we speak. All right, let's get into it.
So this new chapter, you can really think of it as a showdown. It's a story of two major rivals, both fighting for the attention of young people all over the world.
Okay, so in one corner, you've got the old guard, your classic traditional cigarettes. And in the other corner, we have the new challenger. This is all the non-combustible stuff, like e-cigarettes and vapes. The study has a technical name for them: non-combustible nicotine products, or NNTPs. We'll just stick with that.
So, the big question is, who's actually winning this fight? Which one is more popular? Well, the data paints a really clear picture.
Get this. In more than half of the countries they looked at, we're talking 31 out of 57, the new challenger is already more popular than traditional cigarettes. This just shows you the incredible scale of this shift. This isn't something that's going to happen. It's the reality on the ground right now.
Okay, so who exactly is using what? Let's take a look at the demographics, because the study breaks it down for us.
All right, so right now, the numbers show that teen boys tend to use both types of products more than girls. You can see they're leading in the use of these new products at almost 11%. But you're going to want to remember that detail because there's a massive twist coming up later that completely changes this picture.
And here's something really interesting. The study found that teens in high-income countries report higher use for everything. The thinking here, according to the researchers, is that it might just come down to affordability. These products are simply easier to get your hands on in those places.
So, does policy actually make a difference? Well, the data seems to say yes, absolutely. In places where the rules around e-cigarettes are more relaxed, you see higher use. It's a pretty clear signal that stronger regulations seem to work. Okay, now let's switch gears and see how this has all been building over time.
Right. So this wasn't just a snapshot in time. The researchers looked at the data over several years to see where things are headed, to see which way the wind is blowing.
And here's the headline. Between 2014 and 2021, the use of these new challenger products, vapes and e-cigs, it went up. And not just by a little bit, it was a statistically significant global increase. The momentum is undeniable, and it's all pointing in one direction.
And what about the old guard, traditional cigarettes? Well, during that same time, usage rates pretty much stalled out. They just flatlined. So you have this really stark contrast. One is shooting up, and the other is just stuck in neutral. Okay, so with all this data in hand, the researchers did something really cool. They built a statistical model to try and peek into the future, to project what teen nicotine use could look like decades from now.
And what did that crystal ball show? Well, it predicted a huge drop for one of our contenders. And remember that twist I told you to remember? It's about to happen. Look at this. By the year 2045, traditional cigarettes, the old guard, are projected to basically fade into the background, dropping to just about 1%. But the new challenger? It's expected to stay strong, remaining the dominant choice for teens at over 10%.
But here it is. This is the big one, the most stunning prediction of all. The model projects that by around the year 2031, teen girls' use of these new nicotine products is on track to actually overtake teen boys' use. It would completely flip the dynamic that we're seeing today.
Okay, so we see this huge shift from the old guard to the new challenger. But why does it matter? What's the big deal?
Well, the key takeaway here is that this isn't just a simple one-for-one swap. It's not like kids are just choosing a different brand of soda. The study puts it perfectly. This surge in new products creates the potential for a whole new generation of nicotine addiction. It's a brand new public health challenge that's going to need completely new ways of thinking and new conversations.
Ultimately, this study is a massive wake-up call. It's telling us, loud and clear, that the battleground has shifted. The old playbooks, the old assumptions, they just don't apply anymore. So as one threat starts to fade and a brand new one takes its place, the real question we're left with is, how do we evolve our response to protect the next generation?